It is a Tuesday night. You have had the SSA website open for 40 minutes. The number they are showing you for claiming right now is sitting right there. And part of you just wants to click it and be done with it. You have been paying into this system for 40 years. The money is yours. You are tired, and that monthly check would genuinely help. I understand that feeling completely, and I am not going to talk you out of claiming early, because for some people, that is absolutely the right call. But before you click that button, I need to show you one number the SSA website does not show you. Because for most people sitting exactly where you are right now, it changes everything. My name is Maya. I spent weeks inside the actual SSA benefit tables and the IRS publications on this specific question. When filing at 62 genuinely makes sense, and when it quietly costs you 6 figures, so you do not have to dig through the PDFs yourself. What I found surprised me, and it is not what most retirement videos will tell you. Here is the number that matters right now. If your full retirement benefit is $2,000 a month, claiming today drops it to $1,400. Waiting until 70 raises it to $2,480. That is a $1,080 swing every single month for the rest of your life. But that monthly gap is only the beginning of the calculation. The break-even math that every retirement website runs for you is missing 4 things that change the answer completely, and one of them has nothing to do with how long you live. Before we get to the break-even age, I want to introduce you to someone making this exact decision today. And what Linda is about to discover is not the number on the SSA website. It is the number the SSA website cannot show her. Let's follow Linda. She is 63, has $412,000 in her 401k, and Social Security is showing her $1,847 a month if she claims right now. Her sister claimed at 62, and Linda is watching those checks arrive every month and wondering if she is making a mistake by waiting. She is not. But the reason why is not what Linda thinks. For anyone born in 1960 or later, full retirement age is 67. Claiming at 62 means 5 years early. And the SSA applies a tiered reduction that works out to a permanent 30% cut from your full benefit. Not a temporary deferral, not something that adjusts when you hit 67. Linda's full retirement age benefit is $1,847. A 30% reduction brings her early claim to $1,293 a month. Over her remaining working years, and into retirement, that baseline is what every future calculation builds on. The inflation adjustments, the survivor benefit, the spousal planning, all of it starts from $1,293, not $1,847. For Linda, that gap is $554 a month, every month, for the rest of her life. Now here is where it gets interesting, because the 30% cut is not even the biggest number in this calculation. Once you reach full retirement age, the SSA stops penalizing you and starts paying you to wait. Each year of delay past 67, up to age 70, earns an 8% delayed retirement credit. 3 years of delay equals a 24% increase on top of your full benefit. Linda's full benefit is $1,847 at 67. Add the 24% delayed credit and her benefit at 70 reaches $2,290 a month. So here are all 3 numbers side by side. Claim at 62, $1,293 a month. Claim at 67, $1,847 a month. Claim at 70, $2,290 a month. In today's economic environment, a guaranteed, risk-free 8% annual return is not available anywhere else. The stock market does not guarantee it. A CD does not offer it. This credit is written into federal law. But there is a second layer to this that the SSA benefit calculator does not show Linda. And it grows every January for the rest of her retirement. For 2026, the cost of living adjustment is 2.8%. That sounds like a flat raise across the board. It is not. Apply 2.8% to a $1,293 monthly check. That is $36 more per month. Apply 2.8% to a $2,290 monthly check. That is $64 more per month. Nearly double the dollar amount just because the base is larger. And next January, the new adjustment is calculated on top of this year's enlarged check. Year after year, that gap compounds. The person who waited does not just receive more per month today. They receive progressively more every single year from this point forward. Linda runs the projection out to age 87. The dollar gap in annual income between claiming at 62 and claiming at 70 widens by roughly $800 to $1,000 per year, every year, purely from compounding COLA alone. If this is making sense so far, hit the like button. It just tells me what is useful to cover next. Let me walk through the exact break-even calculation using a clean $2,000 base benefit, because the formula works the same way regardless of your specific number. Claim at 62, $2,000 minus 30% equals $1,400 a month. Claim at $72,000 plus 24% equals $2,480 a month. By age 70, the early claimer has collected 96 months times $1,400, that is $134,400 in total. The delayed claimer has collected zero, that $134,400 is the head start. It is real, and it is significant. But starting at age 70, the monthly advantage reverses. $2,480 minus $1,400 equals $1,080 more per month for the delayed claimer. To find the break-even point, $134,400 divided by $1,080 equals 124 months. Exactly 10 years and 4 months. Add that to age 70, and you reach the break-even age, 80 years and 4 months. Before that age, the early claimer has collected more total dollars. After that age, the delayed claimer pulls ahead permanently, and the lead grows every single month they keep living. Now here is the question most people ask at this point. Do I think I will live past 80? And that is the wrong question. I will tell you exactly what the right question is. But first, I want to know where you are in this. Drop a comment. Tell me your current age and whether you have already made your Social Security decision, or if you are still figuring it out. I read every single comment on this channel. We are going to get to exactly what this means for Linda and for married couples in just a moment. But first, I need to show you the number that changes the break-even age almost entirely, and it is not on any SSA.gov calculator. If you are married and you are the higher earner, your Social Security claiming age does not just determine your income. It permanently determines the income your spouse will have after you are gone. And this right here is the part I need you to really sit with for a second. I want to pause here, because in the comments on this channel, the most common regret I hear is not, "I wish I had claimed earlier." It is from surviving spouses who say, "I had no idea his benefit was going to be my only income. I had no idea I would be living on this for the next 15 years. That is what this decision actually is. That is the real stakes. Here is how this works for Linda's household. Her husband Robert is 64 and the higher earner. His full benefit at 67 is $2,800 a month. If Robert claims at 62, his benefit drops to $1,960. If he waits until 70, it reaches $3,472. Robert dies at 78. Linda lives to 89. She collects Social Security as a surviving spouse for 11 years, 132 months. The difference in her monthly benefit based solely on when Robert filed, $1,512 per month. Across those 132 months, $199,584. That money either exists or it does not, based on a decision Robert makes this year. When you are looking at this as a married couple, the individual break-even calculation is largely beside the point. What you are actually buying by delaying to 70 is longevity insurance for the person most likely to outlive you. Actuarial tables show that for a healthy married couple where both partners are currently in their early 60s, there is a greater than 50% probability that at least one of them lives past 90. The question is not whether you will live past the break-even age. The question is whether one of you will. For most healthy married households, the answer is almost certainly yes. The earnings test trap, this one is kind of related to the last point, but it catches people completely off guard. In 2026, the earnings limit for early claimers is $23,400 per year. For every $2 you earn above that threshold, the SSA withholds $1 of your benefit. If you are 62, still working at $60,000 a year, and you claim Social Security, the math looks like this. Excess earnings, $60,000 minus $23,400 equals $36,600 over the limit. Benefits withheld, $36,600. Divided by 2 equals $18,300 withheld per year. On a $1,400 a month benefit, $16,800 annually. That means you receive almost nothing. You claimed your benefit, accepted the permanent 30% cut, and still collected essentially zero. The SSA does credit those withheld months back to you at full retirement age by recalculating your benefit upward. But in the short term, you have accepted a permanent reduction in exchange for checks that never arrived. The earnings test disappears completely at 67. If you plan to work past 62, your claiming decision and your retirement date are not two separate decisions. They need to be modeled together as one. And that brings us to the piece that could change Linda's net benefit by $340 a month. And it has nothing to do with when she files. The tax torpedo, up to 85% of your Social Security benefit, is taxable if your combined income. That is your adjusted gross income plus tax-exempt interest. Plus half your Social Security exceeds $34,000 for single filers or $44,000 for married couples, filing jointly. This is all in IRS Publication 915, which is 4 pages long and almost nobody reads it. Linda's husband, Robert, was planning to draw $52,000 a year from his traditional 401k during the years he delayed Social Security. At $52,000 in 401k withdrawals only, he paid taxes on $52,000. The moment he added Social Security at age $73,472 a month, or $41,664 a year, his combined income formula triggered taxation on an additional $30,000 he had not planned for. The net real dollar benefit of delaying to 70 dropped by roughly $300 a month after the tax impact was factored in. This is not an argument against waiting until 70. It is an argument for doing Roth conversions in the years between retirement and your Social Security start date. Converting pre-tax 401k funds to Roth, while your income is lower, reduces the taxable income that later collides with your larger Social Security check. For people with significant traditional IRA or 401k balances, this one tax strategy can be worth more than the delay credits themselves. Here is where Linda ends up. Linda and Robert work through the numbers using the SSA's own actuarial tables. Robert's joint life expectancy, the probability that at least one of them lives past 87, is above 70%. They model 3 scenarios. Robert claims at 62, 67, and 70 they decide. Robert waits until 70. Linda claims at 63. Her personal break-even lands earlier than the joint one, and the household cash flow works with her 401k bridging the gap. Robert's age 70 benefit locks in at $3,472 a month. If Linda survives him by 15 years, she collects $623,000 more in survivor benefits than she would have under the age 62 scenario. The Roth conversions they do over the next 4 years eliminate the tax torpedo almost entirely. Linda is not collecting yet, but she is not wondering if she missed her window anymore either. If you are between 60 and 67 with a 401k balance above $300,000, the bridge strategy and the survivor benefit calculation are the 2 most important numbers in your retirement plan, not the break-even age. The Social Security claiming decision is not just a math problem about life expectancy. It is a decision about which financial risk you are most afraid of, running out of money in your 80s or leaving income on the table in your 60s. Those are different fears, and they point toward different answers for different people. This stuff is genuinely complicated, and the information was never designed to be easy to find. The SSA website is built to process applications, not to help you optimize. The strategy layer is your job to figure out, and most people are making this decision with incomplete information. That is not your fault. Here is the one thing I want you to do this week. Go to ssa.gov/myaccount and pull your earnings record. Look at the estimated benefit section. It shows your projected monthly payment at 62 at your full retirement age and at 70. That takes 4 minutes and costs nothing. That is your starting number for every calculation in this video. Thank you for being here today. You are doing something a lot of people your age are not doing. You are actually looking at the numbers instead of hoping it works out. That matters. I hope you leave this feeling a little more ready. Have a great week. This is Maya. Retire with Maya. We go through the real retirement rules in plain language, so you have what you need to make the call that is right for you. You did not make this decision the day you filed. You made it the day you filed. You made it the day you finally understood what you were deciding. Bye. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.